afternoon and welcome to this special sneak peek of American Sign Language, ASL, Signs and Songs for Communication. A little bit about how I got into sign language was a few years ago, the clients that I worked with developmental disabilities went from being adolescents to adults who already had speech to toddlers and young children who had very little communication skills. And so I had to adapt my entire approach to music therapy so that I could address those specific communication skills and get them going from pretty much no intelligible speech to being able to understand what they are saying. So during my process of learning about different techniques, I found out about baby signing time. And it is part of the CEU that I've integrated a lot of the signs and songs as part of the baby signing time program. Because when I was at an event and I heard families talking about their children with Down syndrome who had no speech at all, and then they started doing the baby signing time videos, their children went from 0 to 4 words to over 150 words and signs. And I thought, I have to find out about this program. If these children are responding so well, why don't I use it in my music therapy? So I went ahead and I got my baby signing time certification. And so as part of the CEU, I'm going to be including a lot of those little songs and signs and basically the approach that is baby signing time. So to start us off today, I have a little clip from a session that I did earlier this week with one of my clients with Down syndrome. A little bit of backstory on her. She just turned 6 years old, and I started with her back in June. And when I started with her, you couldn't understand anything that she said. Even her parents were usually like, I don't know what she's saying. So I started with the baby signing time songs as well as the food song, which is what we're going to have a sample of today. And by using the food song with the same structure and style as baby signing time, she went from pretty much unintelligible speech to now you can hear and understand her singing almost complete sentences. So up next is a little clip from the food song with one of my sessions this week. Oh, I'm so hungry, so very, very hungry. I want to eat a
Cheese.
banana.
I do.
That is cheese. Where's the banana?
I do.
Banana. You say banana. Very good. What color is the banana?
Yellow.
Right. Oh, I'm so...
Please.
Oh, thank you.
What is this?
I would like to have some too. Yeah.
That's nice sharing.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm so...
Hungry.
So very, very...
Hungry.
I want to eat a carrot. Carrot. What color is the carrot?
Orange.
Very good. Oh, I'm so... What am I? Oh, thank you.
It was good.
Oh, I'm so...
Hungry.
So very, very...
Hungry.
I want to eat some potato. Where's the potato? Which one is potato? How many potatoes do you have?
1, 2,
2 potatoes. Are they hot potatoes?
3,
Thank you.
4,
One for me. Oh, thank you. I can get it.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Uh-oh.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Hot, hot, hot.
Ouch.
Ouch,
Oh,
ouch.
I'm so thirsty. So very, very
Hungry.
thirsty. I want to drink some
Milk.
milk. like to drink milk?
Yeah.
Yeah. What color is the milk? What color is the milk? What color?
What?
White. Right. May I have a drink, please? Thank you.
What is this?
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, I'm so hungry. So very, very hungry. I want to eat a pancake.
Pancake.
Where's the pancake?
Pancake. Pancake.
A pancake. Should we eat the pancake?
Hot potato.
A hot pancake. Is it delicious?
No beer.
Oh, thank you. It's delicious. So now that you've been able to see the food song in action, I'm going to share with you the chord structure. A lot of times when I am initially teaching the food song, I start with the song, with the guitar, get them used to it and get them comfortable with it. Pardon me, I'm having some allergy issues. And then from there, what I do is I start signing it with them. So the chord structure on this one is really simple. Oh, I'm so hungry, we're on a D. So very, very hungry, still on D. I want to eat, go to G. Some, A7, and then the name of your food, apples. And then we just repeat that song over and over again. So, oh, I'm so hungry, so very, very hungry. I want to eat a banana. So why don't you try singing or humming along with me? If you have your guitars, pull them on out. Oh, I'm so hungry, so very, very hungry. I want to eat some bananas. So I use this song and get the kids really familiar with it. The key words I focus on are hungry and thirsty, and then whatever food it is that we're using. So in order to be able to take this song and then implement it with the signs, it's important to know what signs we're using. So the first sign that we're going to do is hungry. And you make almost a C in your right hand, and you're going to show from your mouth down to your stomach, showing the food is going in your mouth, down to your stomach. I'm hungry. 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 And anytime that you're learning any sign language, it's important to practice them. So within this CEU, we have practice time integrated within each of the videos so you can practice signing each of our different signs. I teach hungry because it's a basic human need, and when children are hungry, you tend to see more behaviors because their stomachs are upset, they're feeling grouchy. So if you can teach them to sign, I'm hungry, it's going to help alleviate some of those behaviors. The other one we focus on is thirsty. This is very similar to hungry, except you're going to use your index finger and you're going to draw the liquid going from your mouth down to your stomach. I am thirsty. Thirsty. And again, I teach thirsty because thirst is also one of our basic needs, and if children aren't able to communicate that they're thirsty, you might see more behaviors. Children are often into fruits, so I like to teach them apple. We're going to make the A shape, and for an A, you're going to make a fist with your hand, and your thumb is going to be off on the side of your index finger. You want to make sure it's to this side because there are other words in the alphabet that have it up front. So for letter A, we have it to the side. I'm going to go put it up by your mouth, and we're going to twist. Apple. Apple. children also like their bananas. And this is a really fun sign. You're going to take your index finger pointing up, and we're going to imagine that this is the banana. And then with our other hand, we're going to peel the banana so that we can eat it. Banana. And I do it in 3 peels to accentuate the syllables in banana. And whenever I'm signing these signs with my kids, I'm saying the words along with them. Banana. Now, they might not sign it the same way you do. They might not be able to get their index finger up because they have low muscle tone and poor fine motor skills. But you'll kind of figure out, okay, this is what they mean by their banana sign. And you keep working on getting them to get that pointer up and isolating that finger to show the banana. Another thing that children really like to eat, especially the 0 to 5 range, are crackers. So with this one, you're going to bend your elbow, pulling your fist up to your shoulder. And you can either have it flat or in a fist. And you're going to take a fist in the other hand, you're going to tap it. Cracker. And again, accentuating those syllables. Cracker. 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 And then what you can do is take the children's favorite foods and incorporate them into the song. So if I were working individually with a child who is working on these signs, we would sing it without accompaniment. Oh, I'm so hungry, so very, very hungry. I want to eat a apple. Now you might have noticed I threw some extra signs in there. I also put the sign want into that so that children can see the W. I want something. I'm pulling it towards me. I want it. Eat. We're showing the food going up to our mouth. We're going to eat something. And then whatever food it is that they're eating. And if they're hungry or thirsty. So let's sing that again. Oh, I'm so hungry. So very, very hungry. I want to eat an apple. Let's sing it again with cracker. Oh, I'm so hungry. So very, very hungry. I want to eat a cracker. This time, let's sing and sign it with banana. Oh, I'm so hungry. So very, very hungry. I want to eat a banana. This time we're going to sign with apple. Oh, I'm so hungry. So very, very hungry. I want to eat an apple. I know we've already done 5 signs, but we also talked about being thirsty. So for the children, there's usually about 3 different drinks that they like the most. Milk, like we're squeezing the cow's udder. Milk. Milk. There's also juice, and we're going to just draw a J in the air. Juice. And if you know the specific fruit they like, you could sign apple juice. Apple juice. And then children also drink water. So we're going to make a W, and this one is just making a W with your hands and tapping it to your chin. Water. So we're going to do the sign this time, except we're going to be thirsty. We're going to be thirsty for some milk, some apple juice, and some water. Here we go. Oh, I'm so thirsty. So very, very thirsty. I want to drink some milk. And the sign for drink is taking a cup like you're drinking. Drink. Oh, I'm so thirsty. So very, very thirsty. I want to drink some apple juice. And some places you might see juice signed differently. Baby signing time makes the J next to the side of your cheek. So that is the sign that I use because that is the sign my kids are most familiar with. Last one is water. Oh, I'm so thirsty, so very, very thirsty. I want to drink some water. So initially when I start teaching this song, I'm looking at them signing hungry, thirsty, eat, drink, and then whatever it is that they're eating or drinking in the song. When we first start out, depending on how their fine motor skills are, I might be doing hand over hand and shaping their fingers. They might be able to do it on their own. And I also have the parents sometimes join so that they know what the different signs are of the song that their children are working on. So initially I work on identification of the signs and pairing it with the item. I like to use the learning resources materials, and they have toy foods and they have like everything you can possibly imagine, but they're very realistic. And so I have a bag of those foods based on whatever signs we're working on that I use with my food song. So we'll be sitting on the floor, and between the client and I, you'll see the foods. And in the video clip you watched, you were able to see us using those foods in action. So depending on the child's level, it might be as simply as, can they identify the correct food I'm asking for? Because if they can't identify the correct food when we teach them the sign, they might be signing for something they think is something else. So I want to make sure that one, they can identify correctly the different food items. Once they have that consistently, we start working on signing the different names of the food items while I pair that with verbal speech. Because a lot of times these children, they can sign it much easier than they can speak it, because they're also dealing with low muscle tone in their mouth. So coordinating those muscles to make specific speech sounds is a challenge for them. So we will sing, I'm so hungry, I want to eat an apple, making sure that they're signing those 3 signs along with me. We're also working on them getting to say the words. So I work on them saying, oh, I'm so, and I leave it blank for them to say hungry, and I can sign hungry to give them that visual cue that that's the word that I'm looking for. So very, very, they say hungry, I want to eat, and then I tell them what food it is. As they get better with the song, I let them switch roles, and they're the ones telling me what I need to eat. And I'll always pick the wrong thing so that they have to correct me into finding the right food. So we morph from them signing the different words to working on them saying the different words. And it's a slow progression. Some of them might be able to make the in milk, but not the k. So I want to drink some just initially getting them speech. I want to drink some because the sound is one of the first sounds that they make. Then from there, I want to drink some milk, getting them to clearly articulate the first and the ending sound within the word. So eventually we transition from signing our food song to them speaking the food song. So it's a slow transition, and it grows as their skill level grows. And then even once they have that verbal speech, you're able to take the food song and adapt it another step forward to working on their academic skills and spelling. So once my young children reach the stage that they have spelling words in their reading, I carry along index cards that has the names of the food written across them. And we keep them on a stack on the floor. And we'll sing, oh, I'm so hungry, so very, very hungry, I want to eat some. And they have to look at that card and see if they can read what it says. And I always ask the parents, what are their spelling words that they're working on, so that we can carry over spelling words into the music therapy session. And then we'll work at sounding at sound, apple, orange. So then they're going and they're the ones reading the different foods that I'm looking for within the song. Once they can read all the words in the stack, we then take it one step further to having them write the words on a dry erase marker. It's not only working on their academic skills by recalling their spelling words, but it gives them that fine motor practice of writing. And writing is often a challenge for these kids, so we try to make it fun. So I try to carry a dry erase board with markers. They like that. I also have a Surface computer that has a function that they can write on the screen. So I give them the choice, do you want the dry erase marker or do you want to use my computer to write your spelling words? And then during the summer months when it is nice and we can get outside, we might use a tray filled with whipped cream or shaving cream, depending on how much stuff actually goes in the children's mouth. And we can practice writing the words within the cream. If they're one that puts things in their mouth, which a lot of my kids do, we would kind of lean towards the shaving cream option. Because one thing I've noticed when I do use my food song with the young children is everything goes in their mouth. So not only are we working on the different signs, but we're also taking the opportunity to work on imaginary play. So in the video clip you saw, she would select her thing, her potato, and oh, it's a hot potato, and we're gonna throw it. Or she got out her banana, and we pretend like we're opening the banana, and we're gonna eat it while we're holding that toy banana. So we're also modeling for them, how do we eat? If we have a plate and a drumstick, we might pretend to use that as our utensil. So I try to incorporate real life skills into that song as well. Sometimes what we do is we have the different sound shaped drums for our plates, and as we sing the song, they divide out the food so that we can have a meal at the end. And we might say, okay, today we're making our lunch. Out of the songs we've sung in the food song, what are the items that we would eat for lunch? Right now we're going to have breakfast. Out of the foods we have here, what would be appropriate for breakfast? And on and on and on. When we work on sandwiches and lunches, I have them physically make me a sandwich with the bread and the lettuce, tomato, sandwich meat, another piece of bread, and then we pretend to eat it. So again, it's another life carryover skill that's going to make them more independent as far as feeding themselves. So you can see we have taken it from the very basics of I need to be able to communicate if I'm hungry or I'm thirsty, and it has morphed as the child has morphed into independent cooking skills where they are planning a meal based on the foods as to what is appropriate for this meal and how would I put certain things together. And it just morphs as the child ages. And it is a song that is very catchy and the children love it greatly. So this is just one of the many, many songs that are going to be included in the American Sign Language CEU. This is my most adaptable song just because I've been using it for so long with so many ages of kids, but it is one of their all-time favorites. So you might be wondering, if I sign up for the CEU, what am I going to get out of it? Well, I can tell you, there are over 150 American Sign Language signs that are broken down into categories. In total, there are 10 different videos, including the introduction. So you have 9 different categories of different signs that can be taken from this video and implemented immediately into your music therapy sessions to work on communications. You will be given different signs at the start of every video, and you practice each sign 4 times along with me, followed by 10-minute practice on your own. The only way that you can learn and retain American Sign Language is to practice it. So I've given you time within the CEU that you get credit for practicing each of your signs. Afterwards, you will get anywhere from 1 to 3 different songs that can be paired with the sign language in each video segment. We will go over each song together while singing and signing it using the songs from that video. After that, you will have an action step in which you will practice those songs and signs a little bit more, as well as looking up some of the regular signing time songs on YouTube. Because I'm only a baby signing time instructor, I don't feel that it is appropriate for me to be teaching the signing time songs as a CEU, but I want you to be able to access and find these tools. So there are information on where you can find those so that you can listen and practice those songs as well. Within the CEU, you will have 4 different examinations, and these exams are just to test, were you able to meet the 2 different objectives that are a part of the CEU. There are video exams that show each of the different signs, and you will write down the answers along with 2 short essay questions that have to do with the music therapy interventions that are a part of this course. At the completion of all 4 of those exams, your score will be tallied to make sure that you have met the appropriate number of signs needed to meet the objective. And we're looking for 80%, so about 120 signs out of 150. If you get all 150, that is fantastic. But we're also realistic that is a lot of signs to cram into an 8-hour CEU. Within that course, you can also email me any questions or go to my company Facebook page, where we're constantly posting little video clips of how we're using sign language with our children in our sessions, as well as useful resources and techniques. Some of my favorite signing go-tos are the Dawn Sign Press, and they have a Facebook page called Once Upon a Sign. And what I love about Once Upon a Sign is they actually have coloring book pages that they post on Facebook that has a picture of how do you sign this, the flashcard picture that coordinates with it, and then a picture on the bottom that has the sign written out that you can color. So if there's a specific sign you're working on, you can actually print these free resources out and give them to your clients and their families. I'm also a big user of Signing Time, Baby Signing Time, and Rachel and the Tree Schoolers, which is all part of Two Little Hands Productions. And so that's kind of my go-to when I have different signs or songs that my children need to work on. So you're going to get so much information within this 8-credit CEU from the Spiegel Academy. I hope you're able to join us, and happy signing.